Hi everybody. Today I want to share with you my recipe for mole sauce. And it's one that I've developed and it has evolved over time in my quest to make an easier, faster mole sauce because traditionally these sauces can take up to 3 days to make and have up to 40 ingredients. So you'll be happy to know that this one only has 18 ingredients and should take us only about an hour. So what I recommend, what I always do is get all of my ingredients out, measured, and ready to go because it's going to go pretty quickly once we go over to the stove and get everything going in the pot. So what I'm going to start with is just running over the ingredients really quickly to show you that it's probably things that you already have in your kitchen, at least most of them. Technically, a mole sauce needs to have peppers, a fruit, and a nut. And people generally think of mole, they think it's a chocolate sauce, which a lot of recipes do have chocolate in it. Mine does, but that is not, just adding chocolate to a sauce does not make it a mole sauce. So my chili, fruit, and nut is dried guajillo peppers and a chipotle pepper. And the fruit is craisins and the nut is peanut butter. That's a nut. So let me just run through really quickly the ingredients. So I've already mentioned the guajillo peppers and the chipotle peppers. We're going to have diced onions, veggie broth, and our spices are going to be coriander seed, anise seed, diced garlic, cinnamon, cloves, sugar, and chili powder. So I've got those all on a plate separately because they're going to all go in the pan at the same time. And then after those have sauteed just for a minute till they get aromatic, we're going to add in our other ingredients, which is going to be tomato sauce, our chipotle pepper, cocoa powder, chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, craisins, peanut butter, and then our broth and our guajillo peppers. So I'm going to start with getting our onions sauteing on the stove in about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And you just want to saute those until they're translucent, about 3 to 5 minutes. While that's happening, we're going to get our peppers prepped. So you might be wondering what types of dishes you would use a mole sauce in, and really you can use it in so many things. I use it as an enchilada sauce with veggie enchiladas with just bell peppers, onions, spinach, and cheese inside. It's really great for that. You could use it as a layer inside of your burritos. You can use it in your tacos. You can mix it in even a little bit with your mashed potatoes. You can drizzle a little bit over rice. And it actually freezes really well. So this recipe that we're making today, I usually cut in half. I'll freeze half and use the other half that day. So to get the peppers ready, now these are just dried guajillo peppers. You can get them in any grocery store. We just want to rinse them, take the stems off, and get the seeds out. So I just kind of stick my finger down inside of it, break it in half. And as I rinse it, it breaks apart. I just put those pieces in my broth so they'll start to soften now. Now, a lot of people will toast their peppers ahead of time for a mole sauce. I've tried it both ways. I find that it doesn't make that huge of a difference. Plus, I'm adding a chipotle pepper, so that adds a lot of smokiness to it. So I'm just going to rinse and clean all of these peppers, break them up in pieces, put them in my broth so they'll start to soften. So once you've got your peppers all cleaned and broken up and in your broth, we're ready to take all of our ingredients over to the stove to our already sauteing onions. Okay, so our onions have been sauteing for about a little bit under 5 minutes, so they're getting a little bit translucent. It's perfect. So to them, I'm going to add all of our spices, including the garlic. Just put that all in. And you just want to mix this in, saute it for 30 seconds to a minute, just until you can really start smelling the spices. You want them just to get a little bit toasty and aromatic. Okay, so I can really start to smell the spices. Smells really good. We're sauteing this over medium-low heat. Now I'm just going to add everything else. Our tomato sauce, chipotle pepper, and all of our other ingredients. Don't worry about the measurements. It's all on the downloadable recipe on the website. So you just want to stir this all in, get it well mixed. And then we're just going to add our broth and our peppers right to this. And all you want to do is bring this to a simmer, and then you want to simmer it for about 20 minutes uncovered until it starts to thicken a little bit. Don't worry about the chunks of the pepper or anything because we're going to be blending it before we're done. So our mole sauce has been simmering for 20 minutes and it looks perfect. This is the thickness that you want to look for. Still enough liquid to it that it's going to blend well. So next we're going to put it all in our blender and we're going to blend it for probably about 2 minutes. You want it to get all of the chunks to get really fine. Now remember, when you are blending something hot, you want to make sure to vent it. You want to take out your center thing. Otherwise, the steam and the heat is just going to blow your lid off and you're going to have mole sauce everywhere. So you just want to be sure, though, to cover that vent with some napkins or paper towels so it doesn't get all over you. So I'm just going to put it all in the blender, get it blended, and then we're going to come back and we're going to strain it. So you see, after 2 minutes of blending, it really thickens up. So the last step, what you want to do is strain it through a fine mesh strainer to get any last little bits of pepper or other things out, so you'll have a really nice smooth sauce. So you just use a fine strainer over a bowl, a little bit at a time, and using a round wooden spoon is the easiest. You just push it through, stir it and push it through. So you just do this for the whole batch. And after all this work, you want to be sure to get every little bit. So after you've strained it all through, this is what you're going to end up with. So you don't want that in your sauce because it would be really chunky and grainy. So you're just going to discard that. Don't put the spoon in your bowl. And get that last bit off the bottom. And there you go. It smells really good. Super easy, pretty fast mole sauce. Now you're ready to make enchiladas or whatever else you might want to make tonight. So I hope you'll give it a try. It's really not that hard and it's well worth it. So download the recipe at noboneslife.com. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.